Hey everyone, I'm Nicholas Miller, that teacher from Texas, and I'm here to talk very quickly about topic sentences. So some of you may have seen my post a couple of days ago. I took the 2018, 2019, and I believe it was 2016 tests, and I looked at the questions that had to do with students adding topic sentences. And the first thing I noticed with both 2018 and 2019 was something very interesting. In the correct answers, not only was the topic sentence connecting to the supporting details of that paragraph, but it was actually transitioning from the previous paragraph. So if you look at number 3 from 2019 test, it's asking the writer to add a topic sentence for one of the paragraphs about Moe's bows. And it's a paragraph that discusses the different ways that he got his information out there and he sold his bows. He had an online store, he had a physical brick and mortar store, he had a Shark Tank that he was featured on, and he was actually featured in a museum. So there were 4 different ways once he got going that his bows were being advertised. But in the previous paragraph to that, it was talking about his struggle to be successful, his struggle to start his business. So there's a struggle and then there's a success. And the correct answer was one that connected from the struggle in the previous paragraph to the success in the paragraph they're asking you to talk about. So if you're teaching topic sentences from the standpoint of it's got to connect to the supporting details have to match the main idea of the topic sentences. That's good, but in both 2018 and 2019, the topic sentence was more than what was beneath it. It connected to the previous paragraph. If you look at the 2018 test, I don't know the question off the top of my head, but it's about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. In the previous paragraph, it was about his journey and his struggle as a writer, spending 6 years jotting down ideas and different things that he had to do before he could publish his first book. But in the second paragraph, and the one that the students are asked to add a topic sentence for, it's about his successes, what made Diary of a Wimpy Kid so important. So if you're teaching topic sentence as something to connect to the supporting details, that's good, but notice this niche that they're putting in the test where the topic sentence also kind of transitions from the previous paragraph. And I also wanted to talk about how topic sentences should be being taught at this point in the year. If you block off a full week for topic sentences to teach it explicitly, that's great. And I have a suggestion for an activity that I'm going to talk about here in a second, but 3 different ways that students should be interacting with topic sentences right now in this part of the year. The first is explicitly. If you're teaching topic sentences as a convention or a craft in class and you're spending a week or a day, perfect. But they should always, always, always be transferring what you teach in that block into their own writing. So if they're not hearing topic sentences as a writer in their writing block and having to practice it with organized paragraphs that have supporting details and main idea, then teaching it explicitly is a waste of time. There has to be a connection between learning it and observing it to creating it, kind of like through Bloom's taxonomy. The first step is to just remember information. What is a topic sentence? But the final step that we have to get kids practicing with is being in charge of the topic sentence that connects with supporting details. Or looking at a paragraph that doesn't have a topic sentence, all it has is supporting details and matching it up with a good topic sentence. And then the third is connecting with what they're reading. So if they're reading something that's nonfiction in their reading class or their reading block, they need to be analyzing it from a reader's perspective. What does the topic sentence do? What is its job? And as long as they're observing, creating, and learning explicitly, they'll be okay. And so my suggestion for how to kind of introduce topic sentences or get kids to observe it is to take a 2019 test or take a 2018 test, one of the passages, and cut out the topic sentences, put them in one baggie, and the supporting details, the rest of the entire block of that paragraph, and put it in another baggie. And you can do this with several paragraphs from only one passage. And just ask the kids to match up the topic sentences with the supporting details. There's a lot of ways to do it, but you have to remember, if they're not doing it in their writing block, they're not going to master it, because the tip of the Bloom's taxonomy is that I am a creator of that skill. So it's great if you're teaching it explicitly, but they need to be practicing it within their own writing block. If you have questions, you can email me, thatteacherfromtexas@gmail.com. You can comment below if this is on YouTube or post on Facebook writing group, and I'll try my best to respond. Thanks, and have a good week.